we already had. So we want to make sure it's done safe.
And how tricky of a maneuver is this going to be, just uprighting that truck?
Well, I've been out on numerous interstate accidents and cases, and we have some really top-notch towing and recovery people in the Lehigh Valley who do this type of stuff all the time. And so I feel very confident, just from my own personal experience, that I think they could probably do it fairly safely, and they have the expertise to make that happen from that end.
Now, for folks just joining us, I know last time you were telling us, this is not just your typical gas leak. Obviously, because of the chemical being carried in there, the hydrofluoric acid, you have to approach this much differently than you would if it were your typical gas leak or even your typical hazmat situation.
Oh, that's very true. This is definitely a nasty chemical. And you mentioned, we talked about the gasoline or the fuel type of spill in the past. You would pretty much steer away from uprighting those types of vehicles as opposed to an offloading, even though they're more flammable in nature. The tanker truck construction is not as rigid and structurally heavy as what these corrosive tanks are. So there's added safeguards just built into this type of tank truck that may permit us to upright it.
I know you said that you have some company representatives out there. Where was this truck from?
Our understanding is it's from Honeywell. And that's what's known as the responsible party. The product's a Honeywell product. So the company reps are on scene, as would be a typical type of spill. They're in consultation with the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, which takes the lead on any environmental type of issues in the Commonwealth. So, that discussion's being handled. The decisions are basically being made from a group of experts on the scene who, do have some experience with this.
Do you have any idea where this chemical was going? What is it used for?
I don't know where the destination or the origination point was. The uses of HF are, my understanding, manufacturing process type things, and because of the corrosive aspects, they're used for assistance in the manufacturing processes.
All right. John Conklin, Northampton County Administrator, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be checking back with you a little bit later to see how you are going in this process.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, John. All right, now, if you're just joining us, that we've been talking about a chemical spill, hazmat situation going on up in the Wind Gap area. Now, people who live within a 1-mile radius of that crash scene there on 33 are being asked to evacuate to Penargil High School. That is on 501 West Laurel Avenue. That's about 2 miles northeast of Wind Gap. And we have our Bo Koltnow standing by live right now out there at Penargil High School. Bo, what can you tell us? What's going on there?
Well, Wendy, what's going on here? You have about 200 people who've been evacuated to Penargil High School. It's being set up as a temporary shelter. About 60 of those people are elderly. Now, the people that I've talked to here, they say the shelter could be open anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. They don't know as of yet. So inside you have people in the auditorium. They're just kind of hanging out. Kids are playing basketball. A lot of senior citizens are just trying to regroup. There's food being served. Goodwill, the Red Cross is here. But the good news is that there have been no reports of anybody feeling any ill effects from this gas leak. I did speak with 2 senior citizen women. They were evacuated at 7:30 this morning from the Wind Gap Senior Apartment Complex. They told me that they did not smell anything. They haven't felt any ill effects. They were just woken up early in the morning and said they had to evacuate it. But it's really been a coordinated effort here. The school system has really been on top of things. You have 50 volunteers here from the local fire departments, from the school system. Penargil buses came at 7:30 this morning and picked the senior citizens up from the Wind Gap Senior Apartment Complex, and also anybody else that didn't have any transportation. School van drivers have been out. They've been going to get supplies from other school systems, bringing them back here. They've even been getting medication for a lot of the senior citizens that have been taken here. But right now, you know, there's no panic. Everyone is in good spirits. Again, there's been no reports of anybody feeling any ill effects of anything. Again, the shelter will be here. There's about 200 people here now. People can come and go as they please. It's expected to be open from anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. They do have enough food available. They do have enough cots available if people do have to spend the night here. Wendy?
All right, Bo Koltnow reporting from Penargil High School. That is a shelter being set up right now for folks in that evacuation area. As Bo mentioned, it appears that nobody seems to be having any effects of this chemical, which we're being told is hydrofluoric acid or hydrofluoride, which actually can turn into hydrofluoric acid, we're told, if it mixed with water. So Hazmat crew is obviously really concerned about the weather situation up there. We're going to head over to Amanda Cox, our meteorologist now. And Amanda, it appears, I guess, as far as weather's concerned, they seem to be in luck right now anyway.
Yeah, they are very lucky today. We actually are having a very quiet day. We're seeing a lot of sunshine. There's no precipitation even in the forecast for the rest of the day. And another thing that is really helping is we're seeing very light winds overhead. Our winds are variable. This is because of a high pressure system that is right overhead, and they are going to stay very light. Some areas are not seeing any wind at all. Some areas are seeing just a little bit of light wind. And for the most part, any gas that did leak out may not be able to travel very far because the winds are just not blowing today because of that high pressure system that is overhead. This high pressure system will actually stay overhead all day long. So we're not looking at the winds to pick up at all during the day. It is going to stay fairly quiet, and we are going to continue to keep the sunshine around because of this high pressure that is staying right overhead. We will continue to see a few more clouds maybe make their way in, but like I said, we're not looking at any precipitation, so we're not having to worry about this chemical mixing with any water to turn it over to the acid state. So we are looking at fairly good conditions. Not only that, but the roads will stay dry. That'll allow them to help speed up the process to really move forward to get this tanker truck off the road. So they're actually working with very good conditions under the circumstances, and they couldn't probably ask for anything better than have the weather that we do have today. Temperatures are not terribly too hot. We are also seeing very dry conditions, maybe a few clouds here and there, but we will see very quiet conditions, and the best part is the winds are staying light, and they will remain light through the rest of the day. We're looking at possibly 3 to 6 miles per hour, and not looking like they're not going to pick up very much as we head through the day. Wendy?
All right, Amanda. So good news considering the circumstances. All right. Thank you so much. Now, if you're just joining us, we are talking about a hazmat situation on Route 33 near Wind Gap. Now, if you want some more updates, you can go to our website, wfmz.com. We have all the very latest on the cleanup, on the situation, on the traffic conditions up there. Route 33 is shut down in that area. Also, as we've been telling you, there has been an evacuation of folks within a 1-mile radius. They're being told to go to Penargil High School. Now, if you are part of that evacuation area, or if you live in that area and you want some more information on the situation, we have a hotline number for you right now. It is 610-746-3194, extension 710. It's right there on your screen. Again, 610-746-3194, extension 710. You call that, they'll be able to give you some information on the very latest, on the evacuation, on the shelter, and give you information that you need to know. Once again, 33 closed down in that area. There are detours. Go to our website. We have updates for you, and we are going to be back at noon. We're going to have the very latest on the scene and the cleanup. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Davis. We'll be back at 12 o'clock.